And there we go. I think that was it. That was the weather. That was the news. And hello and welcome to this week's business show here at Spice FM. I'm not Amar and I'm not Jaff. No, I'm Craig Conway. And I'm standing in for the week because Amar is being busy, being an advocate for the Northeast in Manchester, where he is at the India Trade Summit, which we hopefully will be linking up live with Amar later this morning, so he can tell us all about that. And also, good morning and Eid Mubarak to everybody. Blessings from everybody here at Spice FM, at ABC Connections, at SME Centre of Excellence, and of course the Runway Rooms, which is where we are broadcasting from today, which is really exciting. Another venture in the Northeast that supports creativity and business. And today's programme looks at how business and creativity are increasingly working together to shape the opportunity across the Northeast. New productions, new partnerships, creative development hubs. The Runway Rooms is an access to wider economic shifts that are affecting SMEs, trade and regional growth, and we're exploring what this all means for our future. So it's an exciting time. And it's a good time. I'm excited. I'm actually getting past some notes now. We've got some incredible interns working with us at the Runway Rooms at the moment. I'm going to introduce them in a bit, actually. They came from the University of Sunderland. They did their media and media production degrees, and now they're here with us today helping and passing me notes while I bluff my way through the show, because that's what we do. We improv. We're cool like that. Anyway, there is no business like show business. Ooh, I feel a song coming on. There's no business like show business. I'm right here. Yes. Yes. Right there. Here we go. I'm right on the mic. I'm being told we'll get closer to the mic. So I'm getting closer to the mic. It needs to be lifted up, maybe raised high, like my profile. So here we go. Updates for India North England Opportunity Summit 2026. The India North England Opportunity Summit is taking place today. And this is at the Emirates Old Trafford building, The Point, bringing together senior leaders from business, government, education, and the creative industries to strengthen UK-India relationships. The event marks 1 year since the opening of the Consulate General of India in Manchester, and it's going to focus on trade, investment, and collaboration following the India-UK economic agreement, including new direct air links between North, East, and India. Discussions will cover SME growth, technology, skills, universities, and the creative economy. And IBD Chairman Amar Mirza has attended and is attending, highlighting the Northeast's role in future international partnerships. And like I say, we'll speak to Amar a little bit later on. He's going to join us live from Manchester. And next, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing here and why I've been asked to fill in on this show. And quite simply, it's called the Runway Rooms because we're near the airport. Catchy little title there. I like that. Yeah, Runway Rooms and the growing creative industry in the Northeast. The Northeast creative industry continues to grow with new grassroots initiatives supporting local talent and keeping opportunities within the region. One example of this is the Runway Rooms, a new micro studio, independent studio, which has launched at ISS Airview Park as part of the wider Creative Motion ecosystem. Delivered by Newtown Artist Management and the University of Sunderland, Pie Factory SME Centre of Excellence, this project aims to support independent creatives in film, TV and creative content, including actors, writers, producers and makers, providing space, networks and development opportunities and help them build a stronger, more sustainable creative economy across the Northeast. Now, one of the exciting things about this is that we have very recently two special guests who won an RTS award. Yes, the regional RTS awards, which myself and Amar were very delighted to be a part of. It's very exciting, very glamorous. I think better than the Oscars, to be honest. Who needs an Oscar when you can get an RTS award? Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to invite Morning Sir Productions, which is Michael Burns and Lou Burns. Here they come. We're coming into our little cozy space. Come and take a seat, guys. Hello. Hello. How are you all doing? You good?
All right.
Yeah, take a seat. So, RTS winners.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that feel?
Somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, don't know. We're doing that northeastern thing, like, yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
We'll come believe that we've actually done something.
And it's funny, isn't it? Because there is definitely an apologetic stance from a lot of the Northeast. Everybody kind of gets a little bit worried about being too, I guess, kind of grandiose about what we've done and going, hey, look at me, I've done amazing.
Yeah.
It always feels lucky somehow.
It does.
And we're kind of scared to say, we're really proud of what we've done, and yeah, we should have won.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's strange, but we'll get it.
So tell us a bit about the journey, because the film that won was Canny, and obviously I've seen it and I love it, and I totally fell in love with you both when I've seen your work in the past. So what was the process? How did it begin, and how difficult was it to get to where you were with winning that RTS?
So it started when I entered a BBC initiative. It was called Long Story Short. We had to write a short film aimed at the BBC Three audience. And I got shortlisted but didn't win it. But one of the members of the writers' room at the BBC encouraged me to get it done, see if we could get it filmed somehow. So we approached certain filmmakers across the region, really, and begged them and tried to get it done on a shoestring and a dream.
Like borrowed and stole.
Yeah.
And that is possibly like the biggest problem that independent creatives have, I think, in the region.
Yeah.
And even from my own experience. So with now the collaboration with the Runway Rooms, what are your kind of hopes? What are your aspirations for that? And why do you think the Runway Rooms might solve some of these problems for other filmmakers?
I think it's multi-layered, really. My answer to that probably is, on one end, yes, it could help us, and we could do the things we want to do, but over and above that, I think it could really elevate the whole Northeast indie filmmaking industry. We are not going to make waves or make headway into this industry from this area unless we collaboratively do something, unless we all work together and promote each other's work. We set up Morning Sir to help our son because we didn't think he was going to get a shot in this industry because of neurodiversity and all sorts of things. There are many other people who face many other barriers: financial, class, age, anything really. So the Runway Rooms Collective, what we can do with that is create those opportunities, create those pathways for people to get their content made, and not only get it made, but get it seen by the world, hopefully.
And get paid for it.
Paid for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think this is the thing, isn't it? That education to employment is one huge factor for this. And as I mentioned before, we've got a couple of interns working with us from, they graduated from University of Sunderland. They're here now, they're at the very beginning of it all. And I know we're working together. It's a bit surreal, me kind of talking to you about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, thanks to people like Amar, who that business world has been separated for a long time for us.
Yeah.
So the business of the business is always kept away from the creatives.
Yeah.
Because there's I guess some kind of viewpoint that maybe creatives, you know, we're not meant to understand that world. We just want to dance around, but actually it's a serious business. There's so many transferable skill sets that come from it.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned with your son, you know, neurodiversity, being able to give people access and open that area.
Yeah.
And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, real inclusion. Yeah. How do we do that? Now, it's not an overnight thing. We have to build it into the structure. But how important is it? And how accessible have you found the entertainment industry being an independent?
Not very.
We didn't do it ourselves. We couldn't safely say it was probably inaccessible.
Yeah, I think that's why so many like independent filmmakers have to make their own thing, because the industry is wholly inaccessible for so many different reasons. But ensuring that we can create those accessible opportunities for others is so important to us as a production company, because we face those barriers ourselves. And I think it's incredibly important for the Runway Rooms that we look at building a pathway for people to overcome those barriers, whatever barriers they may be, so that they too can access those same opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just have slogans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tokenism, real pathways.
And I think that's again, you know, a huge thanks to Amar and the team here, because ABC, the Asian Business Connections, they've always had their support, if you like, about inclusion by default. You know, it's not about tags, it's not about hashtags, it's about real inclusion.
Yeah.
And that takes time,
Yeah.
commitment, and conversation,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't do anymore. You know, they just kind of, you know, hide behind a slogan and say, well, this is what we do.
Yeah.
You know, but real inclusion means understanding.
Real understanding.
Yeah,
We're
really
going to get that through patience, questions, listening, talking about it.
Yeah. I'm really excited about working with you. I am.
I'm excited.
And hang on, you got more news this morning though about Gankani as well, didn't you? So come on,
yeah.
can you share that? Are you allowed to share that?
Is it the 1.4?
Yeah.
So yes, we got an email saying we've been longlisted for the 1.4 Film Awards, which take place at the BFI South Bank at the end of April. Just to have a mum, dad and son production company, working class Northeast, 15-minute short film in amongst brands like Nike's content, Reebok's content, Youngblood, Wolf Alice, their music videos have all been longlisted for these awards, and then there's our little faces there next to that too.
Magpie is flying. That's what's happening there. Because is that right, Morning Sir? The logo is the magpie, isn't it? Yeah. Is Morning Sir? Hang on, is that because isn't there a saying that goes with?
There is, yes, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Our son and Lou, whenever they saw when he was very little, used to see a magpie and used to say morning sir.
Yeah.
And stay with us, and
Because I got told when you see a magpie, you have to cross your arm. And you have to wiggle your ears and go, good morning, Mr. Magpie. How's the wife and kids? And I got that in my head for quite a bit. And I remember being on a train that was quite packed and trying to do it when I looked out the window, trying to be subtle. And yeah, so there you go. Long may the magpie fly. And of course, it'll fly over Tyne and Weir. So we're inclusive. It'll go all in the northeast. It won't just stay. But honestly, I think what you're doing is incredible, and what you have done is incredible. The tenacity and the passion and the commitment to keep making films, even when there has been lack of funding, lack of support. To go out and do that on your own is not only brave, but it's essential to prove to people that there is more help needed. And if we can create this and get, you know, all different minds together, collaborating, that first founding 100, to commit and invest in each other and in one another, I think we have not just a runway, but we have a flight path. And I think it's really exciting.
Yeah,
it is.
And
And it's proved to people, you know, we did this on a shoestring, and it is doing really well. It's doing well regionally, nationally, and internationally. If a company like ourselves, production company like ourselves, can do that on a shoestring, if we all get together, pool all our resources, all our talent, all our skill set,
imagine.
it's the potential there.
it's huge, isn't it? It is huge. And I think again, the relationship with business and creative really working together is what is going to make this key to success. Because you know there's total transparency, honesty, and integrity behind it all. So and that, you know, those letters in themselves create the word hit. See what I said there? So we will be making hit movies. That's what will be happening, and TV and verticals and anything else you can think of. We're mixed, fully formatted, and up to the eyeballs and creative, multi-layered, multifaceted. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having
us. Thank you for being here, and I'm really looking forward to our journey together going forward, because I think you're amazing and you're an inspiration to the whole Northeast.
Thank you so much.
You are. Honestly, you just can pop off now.
I'm going to do the top 10 at 10.
I'm going to do a top 10 at 10. And I'm going to read some more information. Amar, where are you? He's in Manchester still, and he isn't coming back to me, which is a shame. But I'm sure he will at some point. So, very quickly, where are we? Oh, we're coming up to 10:20. That's where we are. So I'm slightly abbreviated here. I've got through that too quick. So what I'm going to do is ask, and I think Maitri is one of our students from the University of Sunderland. I believe she is linked to this show, and I'm going to invite Maitri to join me on the show, and then Jaren, who's going to sit next to me. Oh, there she is. I can see her. Maitri, are you there?
Yep.
Hello. And I'm going to bring Jaren in to come and join me. Sit down next to me, Jaren. Come on.
Okay.
So, Maitri, First of all, introduce yourself. Give me your full name and where your journey has taken you so far, where you came from, how you ended up in the Northeast, and what it is you're looking to do.
Um, I came here on 2024, January, to study here in Northeast at University of Sunderland. And then I've studied film and television production. I've done my master's degree. And then now I'm working with Runway Rooms, Asian Business Connections, SME, with Amar, Craig, all the best people.
Ah, bless you. And you know what though? How did you hear about the Northeast? What was it that brought you here? Because obviously there's courses all over the world.
Yeah.
So why here?
I got to know that Sunderland has the LED screen. It's like on Northeast has two LED screen. One of the LED screen is in Sunderland University, and another one I think was on Gateshead maybe. And I have made some research on University of Sunderland and their courses with media and film, and I've got a really good review when I made the research. So I decided Northeast could be the Sunderland University could be the best university in Northeast. And also like I've seen all the like environment and nature. It's kind of like my thing and all the culture. Yeah, so I decided so come here in Northeast rather than going to others like part of UK.
Well, you know what, Maitri, we're very blessed that you came here because
Yeah.
your talent is outstanding and your passion, your commitment, again, not just to what you do, but to the people around you is something to be very proud of. And we're really, really pleased to have you here.
Thank you.
And not just the runway rooms, SME, everybody, you know,
Mhm.
you've dove in with both feet, you're brave and you're going for it. And I think we're going to enjoy being creative and learning a lot together over the coming years while you're here.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
well done, you. And
Thank
Jaron,
you.
come a little bit closer, sir. Let me have a little chat with you. Jaron, you're from Sunderland University as well.
That's right.
Yeah. Can I have your full name?
Jaron Fuji Shan.
Right. Jaron Fujishan. You now is it Malaysia? Is it?
That's
Yeah,
right.
originally. So how come you heard
Right,
about the
right.
Northeast? Because you don't think somebody in Malaysia is going to go, oh, I'll go to Sunderland. I'll come to the
It's-
Northeast.
Well, to be fair, it's quite common for Malaysians to go up to Northeast, especially Newcastle University and Northumberland University.
Yeah.
Mostly because of either marketing, business studies, or medical,
Mhm.
quite commonly so.
Right.
Like my sister studied in the University of Sunderland, which is why I kind of got a scholarship from there because she graduated in 2015 for pharmacy.
Right.
So yeah, since then
Brilliant.
she's been a pharmacist full time.
Wow. So tell me your journey then. What made you not obviously you've got the family connection and people have came here, but what is your reason for the media in this area in production and how has your experience been?
I think I've seen a lot of people with their own personalities, their own creative personalities up here. I think there's more than meets the eye. I think the Northeast has been an overlooked destination, I guess, from what I see as a foreigner's perspective.
Yeah.
Other than Durham. But I think it's really about the fact that it shows kind of like its own charm.
Yeah.
Its own personality, likewise, its own history, its own set of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yourselves.
No, yeah. There's a strong identity for this region, isn't there? And are you enjoying the experience of coming here? And what are your hopes with kind of what's happening here with the runway rooms and again ABC, SME, the Pie Charity, all these wonderful companies coming together?
My hope is, you know, I do want to try to be here long term and, you know, be part of that industry in the country. That would be great. That would be a great thing to have. And I'd be working hard to make sure I can know whatever I need to know, help people along the way whenever I can, meet the people like yourselves. Yeah, it's really all a journey for every one of us, regardless of what division we're part of.
Yeah.
It's how we can collaborate and unite as a whole.
I like that. I like that, Jaron. Yeah, I'm going to get a round of applause for that. Come on, Andy. Got Andy standing back. There you go. Few whoops. Right then, Jaron. You can get back to the camera. Yeah, Jaron's been working on the camera, so when you're watching this on YouTube, he's there and he's also moving the mic so I can be heard.
Behind
Thanks,
scene.
Jaron. But there you go. More opportunities, international talent coming from all over the world, come to the Northeast. being here on our doorstep, helping us to collaborate and create and bring and unite people together. It's exciting, isn't it? It's really exciting. I'm talking to you, Jaron. You ignore me. Yes, thumbs up from Jaron. Brilliant. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the news here because, oh, at 10:25. I'm doing all right, actually. I'm kind of on schedule. I'm not as raw as I thought I would be at this. Anyway, Teesside Airport secures China cargo flights in deal set to create jobs and boost trade. There you go. I'll get my teeth in. There we go. Into place. Teesside International Airport has signed a new long-haul freight agreement with European Cargo that will bring 5 weekly cargo flights from China, strengthening the region's role in global trade. And this deal will see the airline established an operational base at the airport's business park, creating around 50 new jobs and supporting wider investment across the site. New jobs, always a good thing in the Northeast, I think. What do you think, Jaron?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. And also, the new service will use Airbus A340-600 freighters capable of carrying up to 375 tons of cargo per week. That's a lot. That's a lot of cargo. That's big. That's exciting. And that is giving UK businesses improved access to international supply chains. Regional leaders say the agreement is part of a long-term plan to make the airport financially sustainable by expanding cargo operations alongside passenger travel, while attracting further investment in aviation, logistics, and advanced manufacturing across the Northeast. It's exciting stuff, this. It is. The Northeast is buzzing at the moment. It really is. There's a lot going on in business and in creativity. Another headline. Got another one coming up here. What is this? Here we go. Yes. Headline is rising costs and uncertainty force SMEs to focus on efficiency and financial control in 2026. Small and medium business size across the UK remain confident about growth, but are becoming more cautious at rising costs. Changing regulations and economic uncertainty continue to put pressure on margins. Business leaders report that higher employment costs, energy bills, and supplier pricing are making cost control and careful financial planning more important than ever, particularly as government policy changes and slower customer payments affect cash flow. Many SMEs are responding by improving efficiency, reviewing supplier contracts and investing in technology such as automation and artificial intelligence to reduce operational pressure. Experts say businesses with strong financial planning, clear processes, and tighter cost management are proving more resilient, allowing them to grow steadily even in an uncertain economic condition. There we go. There's some headlines, and they're quite important. And I have another headline. Yes, that is the ISS Airview's very own Steven Fee, a man of business himself. And he is also looking to support movement and creation and expansion and excitement within the area by doing his new business club through SME. Steven Fee,
That's it, yeah.
how are you?
Very good. That's
Yeah.
great.
It's good to have you.
It is.
It's nice to be in this little room, isn't it? It's cozy.
That's very cool in you, Fred.
Okay, so Stephen, tell us all about the business club and what that means for people in the region and for SMEs, I guess.
Well, I guess there's a little bit of a story behind that first. So, you know, from being with Amar for a while, working with SME Centre of Excellence, you know, we supported a local initiative called the Northumberland Small Business Service, and you know, we were contracted to provide that support for a lot of the businesses in the region, especially Northumberland. So it was a Northumberland dedicated service. And we've seen a lot of success from that, from a lot of us, myself personally, and we made a lot of good relationships. But what we did find when that kind of, how would I put it, that time came to an end with them, there was still a lot of support needed for them businesses. So, you know, we wanted to further and continue that support. And we were like, well, how do we do this? You know, because we're having conversations with them all. And, you know, there's a good few hundred businesses on that program. And they still needed that support. But obviously, the money comes to an end. We can't provide that support.
So we thought, well, how do we do this? And we all got together and we decided to create what we're calling the SME Business Club now, from SME Centre of Excellence. So a few things on there. We know that people wanted one-to-one support. We know that people wanted the continuing advice from the experts that we have, that they have great reviews on Google for the support we're providing. So it was good. So we wanted to continue that, and we crafted this business club idea where we thought we need to also make it affordable for everybody. I think that was a key thing, because a lot of these small businesses don't have the finance behind them. They're looking for funding, they're looking to grow their business still with the support, but they don't have that. So we try to keep the cost right down. So we've managed to create this business club for a very small fee of £30 per month, where you can get access to, you get an annual business MOTs, which we'll sit down with you, we go through your business and see what support you need, where you need help with it, different parts of your business. But we also provide support with people like myself, doing workshops or one-to-one support every now and again where we can. And we have Amar's monthly masterclass, and the workshops quarterly. We have the annual business MOT. I'm just trying to remember the other parts. We've got benefits, so we can help businesses who have physical premises, shops, retail, that type of thing. If you've got a physical property, we do, or we can come and help you with your business costs. We could possibly reduce your costs from the energy point of view. And then you've got other access to our networking events as well that we do every month.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the first one that I've done from a networking point of view next Tuesday, 24th from 10 o'clock, where I'll be talking about how to stop selling and start showing to win with your marketing in 2026.
You talked about benefits, but that list is insane. That's a lot of benefits.
There's training in there. We're going to be producing some qualified training courses as well through the IOE, and we're probably going to add on as well. That'd be cool. We want to make sure that we provide support to the right people at the right time.
Yeah, which is really important, because again, and it doesn't matter which sector you're in, whether you're in the kind of SME small business side of things, or even the creative side, because production companies and also productions in themselves are SMEs. Yeah. They start, they have a purpose, they have a product, then they finish. Yeah. But to keep it ongoing and get some kind of support, because I think if for people out there who have a creative company or working in the creative industries, a business support club like this is unreal, because a lot of times, again, like I said earlier in the show, people think creativity, you don't need to know about the business, but actually the business is important. And then having access to somebody like Amar. Now, I know fine well that in itself is unbelievable value there.
It is.
To have somebody like his background and his authority within the business world to connect to us and be able to give insight. That's gold in itself.
His masterclasses are they're small, they're just little kind of snippets, we call them.
Yeah.
But they're so valuable. So how I got involved with Amar back in the day was he was doing it was like a 1-day diagnostic, they called it, through his YOLA program, and I spent a day with a number of other businesses in a room with himself, and he did this diagnostic, and it was the first time I'd kind of interacted with Amar. And at the end of it, I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was like, what was this? And it was amazing because it really made you think. And the way he kind of executed it, got into your brain and made you think, and the engagement there, it was all interactive. At the end of that session, I was like, yeah, I've actually got something out of this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of programs you go on and you don't really get anything.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But this was kind of like, I was blown away, and I was like, okay, I want to speak with Mark. So we had a bit more conversation, and he invited me in to help some of his brands. Some of which were obviously the AB connections, Asian business connections, where you probably see me flying around with a camera at the award show, especially.
I'm always trying to get on it.
Yeah, I know. I push you away all the time. But I helped him with a number of his other brands, and now I've been kind of hooked into this for the SME Business Club, where like again with his monthly masterclasses, it's kind of like you're going to get these little tidbits that I was blown away with.
Yeah.
At the beginning, so it's well worth doing.
And what do you think? Because obviously, the like you said, the marketing side of things. We live in an age now where everything is pure marketing. It doesn't matter where you look. There's a screen. There's something being put in your face to go. It's a huge, vast sea of content all over the place, and obviously the Runway Rooms being next to SME and all that. the idea of creating content that stands out.
Yeah.
Are there any kind of key areas on that kind of for you makes a business stand out? Like, what is it that makes that?
The main thing, I think, what the networking event on Tuesday is all about. The main thing is about, you're right, standing out from the noise.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, everybody's became what I call superheroes.
Yeah.
Because of AI. You're not you're all substandard now. Everybody uses AI, so everyone's at the same level.
Yeah.
You're all super.
Yeah.
So you're not super at all. That's kind of the phrase I've picked up from The Incredibles.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Nice reference. Take me in the movies
Yeah,
then.
I've seen somebody on Twitter say it, and I said, I need to use. So that, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know, if we all use AI to create our content, all of a sudden everything's AI.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's no real substance, no personality, there's no character behind it. So how do you stand out from that noise? Well, be human is one of them.
Be human, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think what we should do, be human and be northern, and we use way I. You see what I did there? Way I.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
Great, that was well done.
It
Gotta
got
get
in my
used to
head and I had to say it.
Did. But it's,
Go on.
it's true. So it's just stand about. I mean, it was hard anyways before AI came around.
Yeah.
Because you had your competition, and from a marketing point of view, it's how do I get above this person, get above that person? So, and then the AIs came around, and everyone's at the same standard, and now you've got to move another level again.
Yeah.
So you've got to have personality. You've got to build your personal brand.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the network event's all about, because what people don't understand as well from a marketing point of view, majority of people now go searching for businesses or help or support now, not just on Google, but they will go on AI. They'll go on ChatGPT now and ask questions. So it's not just about getting seen on your social media or on Google now, getting your rankings up via SEO or sending email campaigns. It's actually, how do I get into that ChatGPT prompt response?
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of what we're going to talk about on Tuesday as well.
Well, that's exciting. That's really
Yeah.
exciting. And how do we kind of book and get involved in that? We visit the websites or
Yeah, so if you want to come and hear me talk on Tuesday, which is going to be a great thing, because he will take something massive away from it. I promise you it's going to be the next big thing. You can just jump on SME website, which is smecofe.com. Look for the business club area. There will be the networking event listed on there. And you can click on that, buy a ticket, and come along and see me next Tuesday morning.
That's really exciting.
Mhm.
And I've got to say as well, from somebody, so I've spent my life for 35 years just being in the creative industries.
Mhm.
So the idea of the Runway Rooms, a micro kind of studio that creates an ecosystem, education, employment, all these things, it's multifaceted. But if I hadn't have been introduced to Amar way back, and I think it's well over a decade now, but being introduced to him and then being introduced to yourself and the team here, it has been incredible for me, because I'm starting to understand the business of my business, of show business.
Yeah.
And sometimes we surface level a lot of things. Like at the moment, it tends to feel like people are more bothered about the look of something than the substance underneath it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people with big ideas, big apps, and ooh, look what we do, bells and whistles. But underneath it all, the story isn't there.
Yeah.
And there's no substance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and humans love stories.
Yeah, they
Great.
do,
We
don't
both know that.
Yeah, that's
Creative
true.
people.
I
You've
think
got
we
to tell
have to
stories.
make a movie about making the movies and the businesses that
Isn't
we're
that
doing.
called behind the scenes?
It is, yeah. But I think we make it into a movie. And
But it's one of those things, right, where businesses, there's a trust aspect to it. So
Yes.
we're talking about stand out from the noise and the AI thing. You're going to see a lot of AI content out there, and you question yourself and go, can I trust this person? Well, they're publishing out. It's just AI. You can tell it's AI.
Yeah.
How do you build that trust between people? So it's
Yeah.
also about that as well.
There's a lot of bad punctuation in AI scripts. I've seen that.
You can just see it. And that's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there is.
And it's a trust thing. So it's like, why would I come to Craig Conway,
Yeah.
right, as a director, producer, actor? Why would I trust you?
Why are you asking that?
Because I'm asking you. So you're going to tell me and say you're amazing, right? You're going to say, look, I'm Craig Conway, I'm amazing, right? And I'm going to go, if I didn't know you, I'd probably say, well, still don't know who you are, Craig. I don't trust you. But you have a personal brand, right? People do know who you are. You've built that up, okay, all the time. So people will trust you. But for the businesses out there who don't,
Yeah.
they're like, how do I do that?
It's a scary world, isn't it?
It's a very
Because
scary world.
there are a lot of people, as you say, making headlines without having any substance underneath. Who do you trust? Who do you go to? Well, I can honestly advocating. I'm not just saying this because I'm standing in for Amar and Jeff, Jeff, and Jeff, who isn't ever coming to the studio. But so I'm standing in for them too, in case we ever employ a Jeff. But I can honestly say, the Runway Rooms itself would not have, without the last few years of developing the idea and going through everything we have, finding that trust is essential, because it is so terrifying out there in this noise, like you said before. Here, one of the beautiful things about coming to even some of the workshops and events that have happened here is that the noise does get turned right down.
Yeah.
And you can focus.
Yeah.
And it's out of the city. Nobody's kind of panicking. There's no running around, and and that's a lovely thing, because you can really enjoy the workshops here. And there's intimacy, and there's also the celebration. And Amar mentions this a lot.
Yeah.
The creation, collaboration, and celebration.
Yeah.
Those things are so important. And I think ABC Curry Nights as well. They're brilliant.
Yeah, that was
Curry Club.
That was the first time I was introduced to him.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it was at Kingston Park, the barracks over there. Way back, was a couple of 2.5 years ago, I think. And I live across the road from it, so it was like, I'm going to go across with this new networking event I've heard about. And yeah, that was when the first time I seen him on. I had to sit down and listen to what he was saying. And you get kind of engaged. You get like hooked in, and say, okay, see what this guy's all about.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole team as well, though. Everybody here I've met, they've all got a passion and a desire to.
I think that's why I came on board.
Yeah.
Decided to come work with them.
And because you're good. You've got a lot of
Apparently.
Well, you are. You are. You've helped me enormously. I didn't even know what a funnel was. So I'm learning all these terms now. That's the good thing as well. There's a lot of.
But that's the other thing about this being a hub as well.
Yeah.
I think you have these conversations. We with this business club that we've got. One of the members was sitting downstairs alongside me, hot desking, yesterday or the day before, and we're discussing some marketing stuff between us. And you just being there and listening and having that conversation, you're going to learn something. So the fact that we do hot desking here can be actually quite beneficial.
Oh, absolutely.
For them conversations that you never have with anyone.
Yeah, and people you'll never get to meet anywhere else.
100%.
Which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Where are we? Hang on. Oh, we're 20 to 11. I think you should stick around because Amar. Have we got any update on Amar yet? If he's going to be joining us from Manchester? No. I'm going to just continue then. I'll tell you what I will do, because there is another business here, and this business is moving into the runway setup and supporting creatives, but it is a business and it is an SME, and the one of the directors of that is Andrea Davison, and so I'm going to bring Andrea in, because I think this is good, because you've had a lot of struggles. Andrea, come and join us. Take a seat. Why not? You love it.
Well, that was unexpected.
Exactly.
You're going to have to lean over.
Lean over, baby. It's another song.
I do that all the time in the house,
What? Just say.
People say something, I come up with a song.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And Mar does that.
As well as the bad dad jokes, though.
And then my wife has to guess it.
Wow, this is going to turn into a Dr. Phil episode, isn't it? We're going to start talking about relationships and family. But let's get back to business, because actually business is about family. And this is the other thing that you've said, because the trust that you have in families, and that means when you need to hear the truth about your business, i.e., I've got a great idea. This is going to be wonderful. We're all going to retire at the age of 50, and we're going to travel the world.
You're 50 already? We haven't retired yet.
And that's my point.
It's going to be 70 on me.
But my point is,
A few more years.
we can get carried away in our passion and desire, and that's all wonderful and brilliant, but you need to understand how hard it is to make a business. You run a talent agency, right? So you represent actors from all over the region, but also nationally, internationally. Setting up your business, now I know this because I was with you when you did it, set it up in a pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Difficult as it is.
When the industry had closed down,
yeah.
right? So nobody was making films or
No,
TV.
I'd lost my job.
Yeah.
Your industry had shut down.
Yeah.
So many nights of wondering what to do. Craig was mentoring actors and getting them agents prior to lockdown, and then he was continuing the mentorship with like classes 1-to-1s, and then agencies were closing down throughout the pandemic, which is such a shame. But a bright idea of mine one night, dancing around the living room probably, was like, well, why don't we set up a talent agency? You know, I have the kind of, well, I actually, going back to Sunderland University, I graduated from Sunderland University with a drama degree in 1999. That's how old I am. And so I had, and then I moved away from the creative industry and into estate agency for about 18 years. So I had the background of selling houses. So we collaborated, come together with all of Craig's industry knowledge, talent and contacts, and I had kind of the business side of things. So we set up Newtown Artist Management, jumped through many hoops, many doors slammed in our faces. But 5.5 years later, we're still here, we're thriving, and it's amazing. But to be part of the Runway Rooms and be within this fabulous building is just going to be brilliant for not just Northeast talent, but for all of the talent, because we can bring people over and through. But like you say, we're next to the airport, so it just
Well, yeah.
very actors.
Yeah, and already we've got, you know, international production companies wanting to come to this region. And again, some of them will be one-off projects, but the alignment with people for long term, people, you know, in Zurich, there's been talks with people in Mumbai, in LA, in Dallas, Texas. Yeehaw.
Have to extend there.
Well, we'll have to get our own runway. That's what I
runways.
think. Yeah, it'll take a bit of time, but we'll do it. But again, the reason I brought you in on it, Andrea, is because we didn't have the support when you were setting up the talent agency. We were using at the time universal credit to be able to try and sustain the build-up of that. And without the knowledge, the support, the backing, it's a long journey. It's really a long journey. And now that agency, your agency, is going to, you know, expand, grow, but because we have a foundation of support.
That's key. I mean, I'm going to use my wife as an example. So she set up a photography business 2 years ago. And you know, she just wanted to do something fresh, brand new. And she was very nervous about doing that. How do I do this, Stephen? Should I do it? What should I do? Will I be able to do it? And I said, well, let's give it a go. Right. And she did. She jumped in straight away. She got a degree in photography. She left that. And luckily, and this is about me blowing my own trumpet, she had me as a supporter for her to help grow our business, because I understood it. I was to set up business. I've been a sole trader before. And obviously with my marketing knowledge, I could help her grow that business. But it was funny because when she came out of university, and I think this is one of the things university should probably think about teaching. Her teachers at the time had said, right, when you leave, you just need to set up a website, put loads of photographs on it, and you'll be fine. And I was like, you don't want to do that, Tracy. Right? Please don't do that. And she went, but that's what they said. Okay. So she went ahead and did it. Right. She set up the website. I mean, I did the website for her, and I just did it the way she wanted.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, she was like, Stephen, nobody's like messaging me for any work. And I said, yeah, because you haven't done anything yet. You haven't done it right yet. But they said just do that. So it was the wrong advice. I'll be honest. They don't know marketing, no photography, but don't know marketing. So we did a plan, a create a strategy for us. Is right. The first thing you need to do is you need to get your SEO going straight away on your website. So we rehashed the website. We put more content on it. We had the keywords in it, planned it all properly. And then 6 months down the line, with her putting effort on her Instagram, part of the strategy to help her build her brand, she started getting the inquiries in. And now, 2 years later, she gets a steady stream of inquiries coming in every month because of that,
isn't it?
Yeah. She hadn't known that. Well, again, without me blowing my own trumpet, that wouldn't have happened.
You can blow my trumpet.
She probably, probably would have went.
I'll carry one around. Well, actually, I have a kazoo.
No, you did.
I did have a kazoo. Andrea took it off.
I think I might have secretly snapped it and put it in the bin because it got very, very, very annoying.
We did a radio show.
Where them duck noises come from?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Here he is, live from
I've been here for quite some time, just watching you guys.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, wonderful. I don't know what the sound quality is like, and I'm always mindful that we're doing a live radio show, but I've snuck out, and there's we're live from the India UK summit in Manchester, Old Trafford, and we've heard from a variety of guests, including the Indian ambassador, the consul general, and also Jonathan Reynolds, and our very own Sharon Jandu had also been on the stage talking about the International Space Station and all of the opportunities there. It sounds as if you're having a real gaggle and a great morning. Is this the what's going on?
It's, do you know what? It's the celebration of creativity and business coming together. It's the new business club launching.
Yep.
And we've had loads of insight into that, which is incredible. And also just kind of intrigued as to what's going to happen in Manchester. I mean, what does the day look like for you?
Well, it's bright. I'm in Manchester. The sun's shining. I'm at the cricket ground, so not quite Old Trafford football ground, but the Old Trafford cricket ground. And yeah, it's a day jam-packed of promoting the Northeast, obviously, and also highlighting and sharing what Spice FM does to connect communities, what Asian Business Connections does, and clearly talking about the brilliant support on offer through whether it's the Runway Rooms representing the creative sector, the independents who don't have a voice and obviously now have a voice on Spice FM and everywhere else, as well as the SME Centre of Excellence Business Club, which is providing all of the support at the right time, at the right place to help businesses and individuals start, survive, and thrive. So I'm spreading the word literally in an evangelistic approach and praise the Northeast and praise Spice FM and praise you guys and yeah, showing all of that.
I love it. I love it. And we praise you too, sir. We really do.
I'm sure
Because
that's a song, isn't it? Is that
it
not
is.
like a DJ? Like, what's he called? It's,
We've got a couple of moments with songs today.
yeah, we praise you like we should. And yeah, so some of the biggest opportunities that are going on in the world right now have and are between UK and India. And having gone in and out of India for quite some time, to have a northern showcase, I think, is brilliant. And it pulls the crowds and the attention outside of London. So our ambition clearly is if there's one of these happening here in Manchester, then how do we equally make one of these happening in Newcastle in the northeast? Let me know if it gets too noisy because I'm going to try and do some roving reporting and do some challenge Amar or Angelica or whatever it is. I think we're probably going to get too loud. But I was going to try and grab the ambassador or the Secretary of State or the Consul General, but they're currently all being hijacked, is what they have been. So the likelihood of me being able to do that live on the radio show is probably relatively slim. In any event, I just wanted to say hello. You can see all of the hustle and the bustle and the trade that is going on here. And I'm going to now dial out, or at least try to, and let you continue and then wrap up the show. So all the very best from Manchester. Eid Mubarak to everyone celebrating on behalf of Spice FM, Show Business, Jaff and I, and obviously you guys. We're missing out on all of the fun and the family food in particular, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to celebrate as a team, as a community all together, and wishing you a wonderful, and thanks for taking the charge and making the show so interesting. I imagine they don't want us back after listening to you guys.
We love you. We think you're brilliant. You're an inspiration. Go and, fly the flag high.
Over and out. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There you go. My mum is in Manchester, taking it over.
Such a character.
Yeah, yes, he's brilliant. How long we got left? We got 5 minutes. What should we talk about? Let's talk about them all. Let's talk about them all, because let's face it as well. Everything that we've done, everything we're coming together on, has been really the glue behind it all. Is Amar and what he's been doing, and I know next week there's going to be quite an announcement from Amar. I'm not going to say anything about it yet, but there is some exciting news where he's just been acknowledged for what he's done in the area. I can honestly say personally, there is no way I wouldn't be sitting here, because he wouldn't have dropped the bomb and said, by the way, Craig, you're doing this show today. So I wouldn't have been sitting here. But the fact is I am, and I'm only here because of the introductions, the connections, the support, and really, I would say the family he's put around me, and I think it's kind of easy to forget because he's here, there, and everywhere. But he's done some quite extraordinary things for this region. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I just think that's, for one man to devote so much time to an area in a region like this, and he has and is making waves. He's making changes, and inviting more people to be part of it. Again, all about collaboration. And when you said about your business club, the reason I think sometimes people think, oh, business club is another one of these, another one of them. But actually, it's the collaboration that's really important, isn't it?
Massively. I think the other part is the people that he's got around him, including you, myself, and we want results, want the real results, So I'm quite a type of person where I just cut through all of the fluff, give it to you straight. That's, we need to do this, we need to do that to get your business going, to get you noticed, to get you your leads, whatever it may be. And I think it's about that. It's about the real success. And those are the people that I've got around them.
Yeah.
People that have got the substance, have got the genuinity. They're not like just want it for money. They don't want to just pull the wool over your eyes. It's like, no, you've just come in here to the business club. We want to help you succeed, like, genuinely.
Yeah.
We will take the time to listen to you and help you. Whereas, I mean, from a marketing point of view, I've worked with some agencies in the past, when I've been operations manager from a lead generation company, and even some of the top agencies in the UK, they still try and pull the wool over your eyes, and I've had to kind of push back and say, well, actually, look, that's great that you've got me like 10,000 followers, but have you made me any money?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
What does that really
What does
mean?
that actually mean?
Yeah.
You can increase my followers, but you know what? I need like 10 grand next month or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's like realizing that we genuinely want to help your business and make it better.
Yeah.
Essentially.
No, I know.
Other people around us.
Yeah.
The same mindset.
It's exciting that, because again, like you say, you can get lost in it all, and everybody wants a quick fix these days.
Yeah.
That's the other point, that because I think people think success is the end result. It's actually the process, isn't it?
It is.
That's what success really is, because you've got to be in it long term. You've got to give everything you've got, and there is no way to succeed unless you've got all of the elements that come together in the process.
Yeah.
And that's
and managing expectations as
Yeah.
well. So how long is it actually going to take, rather than, well, am I going to get these leads next month? Am I going to make myself 5 grand next month? It's like, no, it might take you like a good 12 months yet.
Yeah.
It's having that reality on things as well,
rather than try to take the quick fix.
Yeah.
Dangling carrot.
Because your business will just disappear.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get there too fast.
Well, one thing's for sure, you're not going to disappear. You're not
No,
going to
not.
disappear. I'm not going to disappear.
I'm retiring at 70, so better not.
Amar's definitely not disappearing. He's got lots more place. Jaron, are you going to disappear?
No.
No, you're going to
I
make
think
a
it's
big
really
noise.
just a maturity process about having success and all this kind of things.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Learning.
Yes, and knowing when
Everybody
to be
learns every day.
teacher or the student.
Yeah, you
When
learn
to-
every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got seconds left.
Have we?
Yeah, which means then we will disappear, and you'll be back on Spice FM, and you'll be listening to incredible shows and music, and listening into one of the radio stations which connects communities, brings people together, and celebrates through Spice FM. I'm going to just ramble that on. I'm going to play around with that. I'm going to see what comes out. I can feel a song coming on. Oh, is it the news?
Because we love listening to you, Craig.
I know.
That's what it is.
It's good, isn't it?
It is.
I'm riffing. That's what they call it. Riffing.
24 hours a day.
It's 11 o'clock. Thanks very much. Thanks for listening. You're on Spice FM. This is the business live show every week with
On the hour, every hour, from the heart of the community to the pulse of the world.